The double fisherman's knot. This has a lot of applications. This is a fun one. You're going to take 2 pieces of rope, or actually the same piece, and just use the 2 ends to make a loop. I'll detail that a little bit here. And what you're going to do, actually let's reverse this because I want to do it this way. You're going to put your 2 ends, one on top and one on bottom, just like that. But the thing is you want to give yourself plenty of room. I usually start with the bottom piece, but it doesn't matter. So I'll take this yellow one, give myself a little bit more room with it, wrap it around, under, wrap it around again, but crossing itself. So not this way, but crossing itself. So effectively what you've made here, you can kind of see that X. Wonder if that picked up. That was a pica. Now you're going to come up again. The audio picked up maybe a pica. Now instead of going all the way around again, what you're going to do is take the end of this yellow piece and put it under itself on both those wraps. Let's pull that tight. And that's what you have. So you can kind of see that kind of the X looking thing there. That's what it looks like on the back side. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite end, but using this other piece of cordage, the one that's on top, or in this case the black piece. Same thing, you're going to wrap it once around. Make sure you cross it, come back up. Now this one and this one, I'm going to take this working end, if my camera will focus, and put it under those 2 loops and tighten that down. So there's the X. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Now I've effectively joined these 2 pieces of rope together, and all I need to do is pull, and those 2 will meet and they stop each other. And then you can actually come in here and trim these and tighten it up a little bit, clean it up a little bit. There's the yellow to the black. Of course that yellow piece would be gone there. But what I use this often for is making a loop, an adjustable loop. So let me show you that with this black piece here. Now if these take a lot of force, pulling on them like this, they're going to be really hard to get undone. So just keep that in mind when you're using this knot. The reason I chose the black piece is because of the size. I just didn't want to cut my yellow one because I'm using that for demonstration purposes. But you can see I've just taken this black piece, same piece, take the 2 ends like this, and then tied the knots on each end. So what I end up with is this. So now it becomes adjustable, and by doing that, what it does is it makes this loop smaller. So a lot of times what I use this for is I will put it around my neck, and I will take my spare flashlight that I like to bring backpacking with me, my backup, and then I'll just put that on my lanyard. Like so. And I can always have it around my neck because I'm always finding my batteries die at the most inopportune moments. So now you can see it's hanging all the way down here, but if I just grab those 2 knots, I can really cinch this down. Now you can see it comes up much higher on me. So that's what I use this a lot for. You see the knots here. in here. Sorry, it's kind of a lot going on there. I also, as a side note, I made little bracelets for my twins, different colors, so we can tell them apart a little bit easier. And this is the knot I use, because that way we can tighten it down on the wrist, but then we can loosen it and take it off. So again, coming back to your imagination is really your limit on how you use these things. Also, what I find with this adjustable loop is on a ridge line, I can put that around the ridge line, take the flashlight, loop that through, and now it's just hanging off the ridge line. Also, on my Facebook page, this is actually a long time ago, somebody mentioned to me, and I can't remember their name, and sometimes I don't know if they want me using their names, but you could use this as a knife lanyard as well. Obviously, you thread it through, tie it, and then you could adjust that and cinch down on your wrist. I've never used it, but that's another idea. Another idea, I didn't do it on this one, but you could use it on this knife lanyard. And again, I'll detail this in a separate video, but I will reference this video, and you could tie the ends of it and actually use that if you leave yourself enough room, and it might be able to make it adjustable enough to compensate for multiple layers during the winter versus summer.